Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's college basketball, NBA, and NHL games, look ahead to tonight's slate of games, do my latest mock bracket, as we are less than 2 weeks away from Selection Sunday, and my best bets of the day. All right, we'll start in college basketball. Low slate last night, and tonight obviously starts the conference tournaments. I did previews for the Atlantic Sun, Horizon, Patriot, and Big South. And the Patriot one isn't up yet, but you can listen to those on whatever app you're using to listen to this podcast. So without further ado, here we go. Monday night's results. Number 12, Duke over NC State, 88-69. NC Central over Bethune-Cookman, 71-68 in overtime. Norfolk State over Delaware State, 79-73. Howard over Maryland Eastern, 62-60. NCAT over SC State, 76-65. Prairie over Alabama A&M, 73-62. Grambling over Mississippi Valley State, 81-61. Jackson State over Arkansas Pine Bluff, 76-56. Texas Southern over Alabama State, 78-73. Number 4 Baylor over Texas Tech, 71-68 in overtime. And Idaho State over Weber State, 78-70. Tonight's games, SEC Network, 6:30. South Carolina hosts Mississippi State. I have South Carolina as a 1-point favorite. They're favored by 2. I'm taking the Bulldogs. 7 o'clock, Big Ten Network, number 9, Maryland at Rutgers. Rutgers is a 1-point favorite. I have Maryland by 3.5, so give me Maryland in the point at the rack. 7 o'clock, ESPN, number 16, Michigan State at number 20, Penn State. Michigan State's a 1.5-point favorite. I make Penn State a 2.5-point favorite, so give me Penn State plus the 1.5. Wake Forest at North Carolina. North Carolina's giving 7. I think that's too big. Give me Wake in the points. I do think Carolina will win, though, as I have them favored by 1.5. Syracuse at Boston College on ESPN 2. I have Syracuse by 0.5. And they have it 4.5, so give me Boston College plus the points. Cincinnati at South Florida on ESPNU. Cincinnati's a 4-point favorite. I have Cincinnati by 4.5, so lay the 4 Cincinnati there. Davidson at Richmond, ESPN Plus. Richmond's giving 5.5. I have Richmond by 8.5, so I'm laying the 5.5 with Richmond. Duquesne at VCU on ESPN Plus. VCU's favored by 5.5. And I have Duquesne favored by 0.5 point, so give me Duquesne plus the 5.5. Maine, Hartford, UMass Lowell, New Hampshire, Stony Brook, UMBC, Albany, Vermont, Bowling Green, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, Buffalo, Central Michigan, Ball State, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Arkansas State, Georgia Southern, Little Rock, Georgia State. And for my rules for the podcast with the conference tournaments, I'm going to repeat my picks for the conference tournament on the regular podcast as well. So, ASUN quarterfinal, North Alabama Stetson. Stetson is giving 1.5. I have Stetson by 4.5, so give me Stetson minus the points. NJIT at Liberty on ESPN Plus. ASUN quarterfinal, Liberty's giving 16.5. I have Liberty by 11.5, so give me NJIT plus the points. ESPN 3 Presbyterian at Charleston Southern, Big South first round. I have Charleston Southern as a 5-point favorite, and it's 4.5. So give me Presbyterian in the points, although I think Charleston will win. Campbell at UNC Asheville, Big South first round. UNC Asheville's 1.5. I have it 4.5, so give me UNC Asheville minus the 1.5. High Point at SC Upstate, ESPN 3. SC Upstate's favored by 4.5. I have it 5.5, so give me SC Upstate. Cleveland State at Oakland on ESPN Plus in the Horizon League first round. Oakland's a 7-point favorite. I have it by 5. So give me Cleveland State getting 7, although I think Oakland will win. Milwaukee Youngstown State. Youngstown State I have is an 8.5-point favorite. They have it at 6. So give me Youngstown minus the 6. UT Arlington Troy. ASUN quarterfinal, Jacksonville, North Florida. North Florida is giving 9. I have North Florida by 12, so give me North Florida minus the 9. Patriot League first round, Loyola, Maryland at Lehigh. Lehigh's giving 1. I have Lehigh by 0.5. So this is tough. I'm just going to lay the 1 with Lehigh because I picked Lehigh to win the game. Maybe they push. We'll see. Holy Cross, Bucknell, and Patriot first round. Bucknell is a 13-point favorite. I have Bucknell by 13.5, so give me Bucknell minus the 13. Ohio Akron on CBS Sports Network at 7:30. Akron's an 8.5-point favorite. I have Akron by 11.5, so give me Akron minus the 8.5. Horizon League first round, IUPUI at UIC. UIC is an 8-point favorite. I make UIC by 14, so give me UIC minus the 8. Coastal Carolina at Louisiana. Texas State, South Alabama, Toledo, Northern Illinois, Florida Gulf Coast, Lipscomb in the quarterfinal of the A-Sun. Lipscomb's giving 6.5. I have Lipscomb by 7.5, so give me Lipscomb minus the points. App State at UL Monroe. Marquette DePaul, 8 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Marquette's giving 4.5 on the road. I have a 5.5, so give me Marcus Howard and the Golden Eagles minus 4.5. Stephen F. Austin at Abilene Christian. Vanderbilt at Alabama. Alabama's giving a whopping 13.5. I have Bama by 11.5, so give me Vandy plus the points, although I think Bama will win. Tennessee at number 6, Kentucky, 9 o'clock ESPN. Kentucky's 8.5-point favorite. I have Kentucky by 13. So give me Kentucky minus the points. Purdue at number 18, Iowa. Big Ten Network, Iowa is a 5-point favorite. I have Iowa by 8.5, so give me Iowa minus the points. Texas at Oklahoma, 9 o'clock ESPN 2. Oklahoma's favored by 6.5. I would pick Texas getting the points, although I think Oklahoma will win. And last but not least, ESPNU, West Virginia and Iowa State. West Virginia is a 6-point road favorite. I have West Virginia by 3. So give me West Virginia West Virginia to win, but Iowa State to cover the 6. All right, NBA. We're going to go over last night's slate and look ahead to what should be another busy night in the association. So, without further ado, here we go. Knicks over to Rockets, 125-123. Jazz over to Cavs, 126-113. Blazers over to Magic, 130-107. Grizzlies over to Hawks, 127-88. Heat over to Bucks, 105-89. Bulls over to Mavs, 109-107. Pacers over to Spurs, 116-111. Tonight's slate, 7 o'clock. Spurs at the Hornets. Spurs are giving 2.5. I have the Spurs by 0.5. So I like Charlotte getting the points. I think Charlotte's going to win outright because of no Aldridge. And that obviously takes off 2 points, or else I would have been on point with them. TNT 7:30, Nets at the Celtics. Celtics giving 7.5. I have it 10.5. There might be more injuries that we don't know about, but I didn't factor in the injuries because last I saw that they were all questionable. So give me the Celtics minus 7.5, plus the Nets are not playing well right now. Timberwolves at the Pelicans, 8 o'clock. I have New Orleans by 14. They're giving 11.5. Clippers at the Thunder. That's probably the best game of the night. I don't know why that's not on TNT. Clippers are giving 3.5. I have Oklahoma City as a 1-point favorite. Warriors at the Nuggets. Denver's giving 15. I have it 17.5. 9 o'clock Raptors at the Suns. Toronto's giving 4.5. I have it 10. I don't know. I don't think that they're factoring in Kelly Oubre's absence, so Van Vliet's out as well, which I haven't heard much about that yet. 76ers at the Lakers, 10 o'clock TNT. Lakers giving 13.5. I have it 16. So give me the Lakers minus the points. And the Wizards at the Kings at 10 o'clock. Sacramento's giving 5.5. I have it 4.5. So I would take the Wizards getting the points. Now I'll do some NHL. Look back on last night's slate and look ahead to tonight's slate of games. Only 2 games last night. The Avalanche defeated the Red Wings by a score of 2-1, and the Oilers defeated the Predators 8-3. Tonight, 7 o'clock, you have the Blues at the Rangers, the Canadiens at the Islanders, the Senators at the Penguins, NBCSN, the Bruins at the Lightning. Fantastic game. Bruins obviously in first place in that division by 7 points. Tampa needs this one to catch up a little bit, so give me the Lightning at home. 8 o'clock, the Preds at the Wild, Sabres at the Jets, 8:30, Ducks at the Blackhawks, Oilers at the Stars, 10 o'clock, Devils at the Golden Knights, and 10:30, the Maple Leafs at the Sharks. Now I'm going to do my mock bracket for the tournament as of right now. Some changes from the last one I made. So we'll see if I decide to look back on the last bracket, because I just didn't really notice the changes I made. So without further ado, here we go. My 1 seeds, number 1 overall in the Midwest, Kansas. Number 2 overall seed, the 1 seed in the South, Baylor. Number 3 overall seed, 1 seed in the West, Gonzaga. My fourth number one seed in the East, the San Diego State Aztecs. All right. My 2 seeds in the East, Seton Hall, Midwest State, and South Florida State, West Louisville. 3 seeds, Midwest Kentucky, East Duke, West Creighton, South Maryland. 4 seeds, East Villanova, West Auburn, Midwest Michigan State, South LSU. 5 seeds, South Penn State, East Colorado, Midwest Michigan, West Oregon. 6 seeds, Midwest Houston, East Ohio State, South Iowa State, and West Virginia. Not the Mountaineers. I'm talking about 6 seed in the West, the Virginia Cavaliers, just to be clear. 7 seeds, Midwest Texas Tech, West Illinois, South West Virginia, East Arizona. 8 seeds, East Butler, South Florida, West Wisconsin, Midwest Marquette. 9 seeds, East St. Mary's, West Oklahoma, South Wichita State, Midwest BYU. 10 seeds, Midwest Rutgers, West Arizona State, East Xavier, South Utah State. 11 seeds, South Utah State, East Xavier. That was 10 seeds. 11 seeds, East UCLA, Midwest USC, South East Tennessee State, West play-in game between Cincinnati and Indiana. 12 seeds, play-in game Tulsa, Stanford in the South. Midwest Northern Iowa, East Liberty, West Belmont. 13 seeds, East Akron, West North Texas, South Wright State, Midwest New Mexico State. 14 seeds, West Yale, East Vermont, Midwest Hofstra, South Stephen F. Austin. 15 seeds, West Eastern Washington, South Radford, East Colgate, West Little Rock. 16 seeds, West North Dakota State, South UC Irvine, East play-in game Siena and Merrimack, and West play-in game NC and Prairie View A&M. Now, best bets of the day, brought to you by DraftKings. The first one is in college basketball, and I am going to take a conference tournament game, which my line was way off from what Vegas has it at, and that's UIC. I have them projected as a 14-point favorite. Meanwhile, they're only favored by 8.5. So give me UIC minus the 8.5. And an NBA best bet was a little tougher because I was spot on with a lot of these. I have Spurs by 0.5. Spurs are favored by 3. 3-point differential with Nets Celtics. With OKC Celtics, I have Thunder by 1, and Clippers are giving 3.5. Pelicans Timberwolves. Pelicans are giving 11.5. I have Pelicans by 14. It's 2.5. Denver's giving 15 against the Warriors. I have 17.5. Raptors are giving 4.5. I have it 10. Lakers are giving 13, and I have it 16. And then the Kings are giving 5. I have it 4.5. So I don't love this pick because Fred VanVleet might not play and Serge Ibaka may not play. But Kelly Oubre's out for the Suns, and he's really important to what they do. So give me the Raptors minus 4.5 in Phoenix against the Suns as my other best bet of the day. That's it for the podcast today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping the NBA, college, and NHL games. Look ahead to tomorrow. Could very well possibly be on a podcast tomorrow or have a guest on tomorrow, depending on time availabilities. And keep an eye out for the rest of the conference tournaments that keep on coming. And I hope you guys have a great day, everyone.